Have you ever noticed that your child seems to listen better when they're moving? Maybe they focus more while pacing, rocking, fidgeting, or even lying on the floor instead of sitting still. And when you ask them to stop moving and pay attention, things suddenly fall apart. For many parents, this can feel confusing. We're often taught that attention looks like sitting quietly, facing forward, and staying still. So when a child moves constantly, it can seem like they're distracted or not listening at all. But for some kids, movement isn't a distraction, it's actually how they focus. Today, we're talking about why some children need movement in order to pay attention. We'll explore what's happening in their bodies, why stillness can be harder than it looks, and how movement can actually support learning, listening, and connection. This video is for education and reassurance, not diagnosis or guaranteed solutions. Every child is different, and this is simply one way to better understand what your child might be communicating through their behavior. Ready? Because this is Kind Parent Collective, less perfect parent, more real one. Rethinking what paying attention looks like. For a long time, attention has been associated with stillness, sitting upright, hands quiet, eyes forward, but attention doesn't look the same for every child. Some children focus best when their body is calm and still. Others focus best when their body is active. This doesn't mean one child is trying harder than another. It means their nervous systems work differently. For children who need movement, staying still can actually take more effort than listening. Their body may be using all its energy to hold still, leaving very little capacity left for attention, comprehension, or connection. When we expand our definition of attention, we often discover that movement and focus can exist together. The body and brain work as a team. Movement isn't just physical, it's deeply connected to how the brain processes information. For some children, movement helps regulate their nervous system. It provides sensory input that helps their body feel organized and alert. When that input is missing, the brain may struggle to stay engaged. You might notice that your child listens better while walking, swinging their legs, squeezing something in their hands, or shifting positions. These movements can help their brain stay awake and receptive. Many occupational therapists explain that movement can help children feel grounded in their body, which makes it easier to process language, instructions, and social cues. Why sitting still can be so hard. For children who rely on movement, being still can feel uncomfortable or even distressing. Their body may crave motion in the same way others crave rest. When they're asked to stop moving, their attention may shift from listening to managing physical discomfort. This can look like fidgeting, wiggling, leaving their seat, or appearing restless. But often these behaviors aren't signs of defiance or disinterest. They're signs that the child is trying to regulate themselves. Understanding this can help parents respond with curiosity instead of frustration. Movement as a tool, not a problem. When movement is viewed as a tool rather than a behavior to correct, things often shift. Instead of asking, "How do I get my child to stop moving?" the question becomes, "How can I support movement in a way that helps them focus?" This might mean allowing quiet fidgeting during conversations, letting your child stand or pace while listening, or offering movement breaks throughout the day. For many children, these small adjustments can make a big difference in how calm, connected, and attentive they feel. Signs movement helps your child focus. You might notice that your child remembers information better while moving, listens longer during walks or active play, becomes calmer after physical activity, focuses better when allowed to fidget. These are clues that movement supports their attention rather than interferes with it. Paying attention to these patterns can help you better understand what your child needs to feel successful. Why movement can improve listening. Listening isn't just about hearing words, it's about processing them. For some children, movement helps regulate arousal levels. It keeps them alert enough to stay engaged without becoming overwhelmed. When the body feels regulated, the brain often follows. That's why some kids can listen more effectively when their hands are busy or their body is in motion. This doesn't mean children can't learn stillness over time. It means movement may be part of how they get there. Common myths about movement and attention. One common myth is that moving children aren't paying attention. Another is that allowing movement will make it harder for them to learn self-control. In reality, forcing stillness before a child is ready can sometimes make attention harder, not easier. Self-regulation develops gradually. For many children, being allowed appropriate movement actually supports that development by helping them feel safe and regulated. Supporting movement without chaos. Supporting movement doesn't mean letting everything become unstructured. It means offering movement that's predictable, safe, and supportive. This might include short movement breaks, quiet fidget options, standing instead of sitting, listening during walks or play. These supports help children meet their sensory needs while still staying connected and engaged. Movement and emotional regulation. Movement isn't only about attention, it also plays a role in emotional regulation. Physical activity can help release stress, reduce tension, and support emotional balance. For some children, moving their body helps them manage big feelings before they can focus or communicate. That's why you might notice improved behavior or calmer moods after movement. The body often needs to settle before the mind can follow. Learning your child's movement language. Every child's movement needs are different. Some children need constant motion, others need short bursts. Some need heavy movement, while others benefit from gentle motion. Learning your child's movement patterns takes time and observation. There's no perfect formula, just growing awareness. When you honor these needs, you're teaching your child that their body is something to listen to, not fight against. When a child needs movement to pay attention, they're not being difficult. They're doing what their body needs to stay engaged and connected. By allowing movement as part of learning and listening, you're supporting your child's regulation, confidence, and ability to participate in their own way. Attention doesn't always look quiet. Sometimes it looks like motion. Thank you for spending this time with Kind Parent Collective. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and even comment if you feel like our videos are helpful. Remember, not all learning happens sitting still, and sometimes movement is the bridge to connection. And if today was rough, you still did enough. Catch you on the next one.